And UC Curtis from Dyslexic and Unstoppable.com.
Welcome to the Dyslexic and Unstoppable webinar. This is our first webinar, hopefully, of many. We're going to do it a little bit differently. We're just going to do a little introduction now, then we're going to play a video of a talk we've done, and then we'll finish up at the end if there are questions or anything like that. This video, it's going to explain one of the techniques that we use to look at dyslexia and dysgraphia, which is writing problems that kids with dyslexia have. And then it also is going to talk about some of the other opportunities that we have for you. All right, so let me see if I can get this thing to play right.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Curtis.
And UC Curtis from Dyslexic and Unstoppable.com.
So how many of you have kids with dyslexia who are struggling at school?
And how many of you have kids who have dyslexia who excel at school?
Great. How many of you would be interested in learning tools and strategies to help your child with dyslexia regardless of where they are in their progress? Awesome.
My name is Lucy Curtis.
And I'm Doug Curtis.
And we want to welcome you to Dyslexic and Unstoppable, the webinar, Tools and Strategies to empower your dyslexic child to become unstoppable.
We want to thank you for being here tonight. We really appreciate your commitment to your child. It shows how committed you are to their success and their happiness.
Yes, thank you for that. How many of you would like to learn tools and strategies to help your child become unstoppable? If it's okay with you, we'd like to tell you a little bit about ourselves and how we got here. So my name is Lucy Curtis, and I'm a dyslexic, but I'm also unstoppable. Growing up, I was dyslexic, but I didn't know I had it, so I adapted some tools and find ways of coping with dyslexia because I only figured it out when I was 25 that I was dyslexic. And then I became a registered nurse, and I've been in pediatrics for 16 years. Now I run a $2 million company, and I also won a bronze medal in the Winter Canada Games in judo. But today, even though I'm successful, I still have speech issues and writing issues, but that doesn't stop me. So I wanted to show you that even though I'm imperfect, I'm still perfect exactly the way I am, and I can overcome anything. Even though I'm successful, my biggest accomplishment was helping my 10-year-old son become unstoppable because he's also dyslexic, and we helped him overcome it, and now he is succeeding in school, top of his class, and enjoying his life. And we wanted to share some of that success with you and show you how we did it.
My name is Doug Curtis. I'm a pediatrician. I trained at Yale, and I have 16 years of experience helping parents navigate the school system, helping them find the tools and the resources they need in the school system, or if they want to, helping them find resources outside the school system to help their kids succeed at school. As Lucy mentioned, nothing really trained either of us to be experts in dyslexia until our son was diagnosed with dyslexia. When he was young, we realized that he was very smart, yet he struggled with reading, and we couldn't really figure out why. Eventually, we figured out that it was dyslexia, and we went on to help him. When we were going through this process, part of what happened was when he was in first grade, at the end of first grade, his teachers start to talk about maybe having him repeat first grade. We knew at that point that that was not an option, that we were going to do everything in our power to help him succeed. Have you ever been in that same situation where you said, that's it, enough, I'm going to do whatever I need to help my child succeed? Yeah, great. So we went through and we researched all the various possibilities of schools, online resources, any kind of tutoring, etc. And we found the best sources we could for our son. We helped him overcome his dyslexia and rise to the top of his class. And now we've developed this system and we want to share it with you. How many of you would be interested in that? Great.
So the reason we are here today is because we want to help you to identify if your child does have dyslexia. We also want to give you the tools and strategies that we've adapted through the years that helped us. And we also want to help you empower your child to become unstoppable.
So the first tool that we're going to teach you is to recognize if your child may be dyslexic. This exercise helps identify energy leaks and fine motor skill challenges that dyslexic kids have. It's called the alphabet test. In a moment, we will ask you to write that alphabet on a lined piece of paper that you can download just below the video. This will help you give you clues as to whether your child may have dyslexia. If you haven't downloaded the lined paper, please download it now.
In a moment.
When?
In a moment. You're going to write the alphabet from A to Z between the two lines. And we will give you 2 minutes. And then we'll be back. Now we would like to have you analyze your writing. We will display a writing sample from our son and have you compare it to yours. See if you notice any differences. We'll give you 1 minute.
Alright, so here we have 2 examples of writing samples. We did just the first few letters to give you an idea, things to look for on your writing sample and your child's writing sample. The first is a non-dyslexic writing sample, and this is more of a writing sample a dyslexic would have. So a couple things you'll see. On the non-dyslexic, the A's look about the same. Sometimes the A's normally are made like this, counterclockwise and then down. Sometimes with a dyslexic, they'll actually be made clockwise. So they kind of go around a couple times and then they make this, takes more energy. This leads to a lot of energy leak. Another thing that you'll notice is B's, you have to know, go around and to the right. A lot of times with dyslexic kids, since they don't know if it's right or left, they can either come down and then get confused, or they'll just skip it and say, they'll just make a capital B. So that's something you'll see. D, usually you start here and you go around counterclockwise and then make the line coming down. A lot of times with dyslexic, they'll actually start at the top and move up like that. F normally starts at the top, moves down. This is a very easy, takes less energy. With dyslexic kids, they'll often start at the bottom, or our son will actually start at the top, go down, go back up, and then go across, going across a couple of different times. Another very common things with kids with dyslexia and the related dysgraphia is, here's the normal sample of the G. A lot of times they won't cross the line. Some of this has to do with the crossing of information from one side of the brain to the other. It's difficult for them to cross the lines this way, and also that's why they confuse going right to left. So these are just some of the differences that you'll notice. And they lead to the energy leaks that we call it in writing, where kids expend an awful lot more energy and where writing is much more difficult for them.
Yes, this is one of many exercises and tools that we have available for your child to become unstoppable. With your permission, we would like to take a few moments to show you some of the other tools and strategies we have to offer. Is that something you'd be interested in? Thank you. How many of you would like to help your child overcome dyslexia faster, easier, and with less stress? Would it be okay? Would that be something you would be interested in? Awesome, thank you.
So some of the things that we offer. The first is an online video series. This is a downloadable video series that is available on our website currently. It has 12 different videos showing all sorts of tools and strategies to help your child with dyslexia. through all sorts of parts of school. There's the sight words, going over how to learn the sight words for the right-brained dyslexic child. Spelling, different techniques that we use to help spelling words really stick in a child's brain and help them learn them. Math facts, another difficulty for kids with dyslexia. The math facts video shows you tools and strategies that work much better than just rote memorization for kids with dyslexia. Pencils and tools, specific tools to help so energy is not as a big deal with writing. Fine motor help and accommodations. Speech therapy, we show a technique for helping kids with their speech, which is often a difficulty associated with dyslexia. Helpful supplements to help with nutrition in that area. The alphabet test, similar to what we showed you at the beginning of this video, but much more in depth. Figure 8, which is a video that we've adapted from another source to help you remediate or correct some of the problems that you might notice in the alphabet test. Food and nutrition, again going along with the supplements, ways of helping your child get the best nutrition for both school and for their general health. Skin and allergies, because often allergies and skin problems can be related. And finally, dyslexia, pediatrics perspective. This is a longer video that I personally read part of our book, outlining all the questions that I've had over the years about dyslexia and learning problems. You can see each of these normally runs for $2.99, so the entire package has a value of $35.88. The next thing that we'll be offering is the book itself. If you want to hold the book up there. The book is Dyslexic and Unstoppable: How Dyslexia Helped Us Create the Lives of Our Dreams and How You Can Too. This book has Lucie's story of growing up with dyslexia and not really knowing it, and all the tools and strategies she developed, along with how we helped our son overcome dyslexia. Has the pediatricians chapter in it, and other part of the book is you actually get the webinars for free, the videos for free. And that retails online for $19.99. Finally, we're going to have a webinar coming up. You'll be able to get a question and answer webinar with myself, Dr. Doug Curtis. This will be an hour-long webinar. You'll be able to submit questions and I'll answer them and help you with all sorts of areas of your child's education. And that is a $499 value. However, because this is a really special webinar, this is our first webinar, we're actually going to be doing a special, right? So the videos are not going to be $35.88. Instead, if you act within this limited time, they'll be $9.99 for the whole set. The book itself, even though everybody else going online has to pay $19.99, for people watching this webinar, $14.99. And finally, the 1 hour webinar with myself answering your questions directly, a $499 value. Only $49.95, a tenth of the cost. So we hope you'll take advantage of these tools and strategies. We hope to see you on future webinars. And we hope that this has been helpful for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the video with the webinar, and those were the specials that you saw. The book, the 1 hour webinar with me and Lucie will be answering questions that you may have, and then finally the video series that you saw. So we hope you'll take advantage of that. We hope this has been helpful. If you want to learn more about the ABC test by itself, that's also a video like we talked about. And we will post that special webinar web page because, like I said, that's only available to people who are here on the call. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.